What's going on, guys? It's Whacker welcoming you for week 1 of CLDL Season 2. We're here kicking it off versus DD, who has definitely one of the scariest teams in the entire draft. So, prepping for this was a complete nightmare. DD had Zapdos, which countered like my whole team. He had Glade, that if Torrent dies at all, Glade just kind of wins. He has Tapu Fini, which traumatizes me every time someone brings it versus me. Excadrill, which after a Swords Dance in the sand pretty much just wins the game. He's got Gigalith to set up the sand. Zarude, which was pretty good versus like Slowking and Golurk. In the back he had Spectrier, which, because my Dark and my normal is Obstagoon, it wasn't that great, but Komodo has Bulletproof, which would have forced him to run Wisp, Hex, Double Kick pretty much, and I don't think he wanted to have to run that, so that's the reason why he didn't bring it. Other mons he had was Dragalge, which is pretty nice at switching into things like Rotom Heat, which he opted to not bring. I don't really blame him. I think the 6 he brought are the 6 he should have brought. So, getting started, I decided to have, I think Charty Berry, whatever the rock berry is, I think Charty Torrent, so that I can live a Rock Slide from Excadrill and then Revenge Kill it with Heat Wave. Along with that, I have Hurricane, Defog, Toxic. I basically wanted to defog the Misty Terrain so I could Toxic Tapu Fini if I needed to, but also just Toxic Zapdos because Zapdos is a huge problem for me. The game plan here was to weaken down Zapdos and Tapu Fini enough to where either Golurk or Komodo could win, depending if he brought Zarude or not. If there wasn't a Zarude, Golurk could easily just win this game once Zapdos and Fini went down, but because of Rock Polish, and then Golurk kind of just OHKOs everything with the CC, Stone Edge, Poltergeist, and because of No Guard, I can't miss, and because of Rock Polish, I outspeed everything that's not Scarfed. Yeah, so I guess I actually talked about my Golurk set. Yep, Close Combat, Poltergeist, Stone Edge, Rock Polish. I don't think I was Adamant. I think I was Jolly. And then, but yeah, anyways, moving on, we got Komodo with, actually it's Timid with Drain Punch, Boom Burst, and Clanging Scales with Clinger's Soul. Basically the thought is, after the +1, I can still knock out Excadrill with Drain Punch. Pretty much from full health. I could also live any hit from Excadrill, and because of Drain Punch, I should be able to heal back most of what it did to me, which is nice because in the sands, Komodo losing health is not good. Other than that, I think I was like max special attack, and then I was enough speed where +1 could outspeed Spectrier at +1. Yeah, I could, at +1 I would outspeed Spectrier at max speed, which was like pretty close to 252 EVs, and then I put the rest in HP, I believe. Our next one was Rotom, which was a little bit physically tanky, along with, I don't know why I was physically tanky. I think it was because I was going to take a hit from Drill, but I kind of forgot. I think also Zarude, so I could overheat and stay alive for like Zapdos. And I had a little bit of special attack investment with Foul Play, Overheat, Volt Switch, and Pain Split. Foul Play was just to kill Excadrill at +2, or at least come really close to killing it, because I did not want to miss Overheat. And if he was a Life Orb, then he'd basically kill himself after the Foul Play. So that's kind of why I had that. I was Boots. I was originally Rocky Helmet, I think, but in the end, I don't think it ended up mattering. Our next member is Aggron, Mega Aggron, with actually Adamant max attack, max HP. which basically on lead, as long as he didn't lead Zapdos, Mega Aggron basically 1v1's something. I do like 60% to, or no, I do like at least half to like Tapu Fini. I pretty much kill Mega Gallade, or if I don't, it's because he used Drain Punch, which doesn't even two-shot me. Excadrill can only do like 30% with Earthquake, and after that my own Earthquake knocks it out. Gigalith can't Toxic me, nor does Earthquake do as much to me, so I pretty much get up my rocks, and then I pretty much Earthquake it. And to Zarude, I just click Heavy Slam and it takes like 90%. My last move I think was just Toxic. I don't remember if I even clicked my last move. But yeah, and then my last mon is Obstagoon, which was Flame Orb Guts with Parting Shot, Facade, Knockoff, and Close Combat. Close Combat was just kind of to hit Excadrill and Zarude plus Gigalith a little bit harder than Knockoff would have. And I wasn't super scared of Zapdos coming in to static me because I'd already be burned, hopefully. So yeah, so getting into the battle, I decided because Aggron could 1v1 pretty much everything except Zapdos, it was pretty much the best lead for me. He could also easily lead Zapdos, but if I had let Go-Work, I think it would have put him in a bad spot. Especially if I was like lead Go-Work with like Assault Vest for him, I think it would have been kind of awkward. But as you can see, it doesn't stop him from leading with Zapdos. So he leads with Zapdos, so I decided to switch out into Rotom. As he Thunderbolts, it does 24%, which I can tell from that. That he is like pretty much max speed. Well, I wouldn't know if he's like speedy or not, but I could tell that he was pretty much offensive Zapdos. And he actually has the Ancient Power, which kind of freaked me out, and I was like, oh, maybe I should have like Pain Split and then Volt Switch out. But alright, we just Volt Switch out with Rotom. I believe we go into Go-Work, yep. So it forces him to go into Fini. I was like, I guess that's fair, because I don't think he wants to take like a Dynamic Punch with Zarude. I think Zarude was always safe on Go-Work once, but he ended up being Fizz Def Fini anyways, and Stone Edge did 24%. Because of No Guard, I can't miss Stone Edge, which is nice. I decided to actually switch into Torn because I'm like, if he's Calm Mind, I have to defog the terrain and Toxic right now. He actually decides to click Surf, and from that I could tell he's not very offensive from the start. I figured he'd actually... Ooh, I just reset the battle. I figured he would hard switch into Zapdos after the Surf, so I just decided to click Toxic on Zapdos. Just to get that on. Unfortunately he misses Hurricane, which sucked a little bit. But he ends up getting the kill on Rotom. Unfortunately Rotom did nothing this battle, all it did was click a full switch and do like nothing. So here I decided to go into Go-Work and then switch back and forth between Go-Work and Aggron. And that did a lot of damage to Aggron. I'm like, holy crap. So I go back into Go-Work, expecting the Thunderbolt or another Hurricane. I could take one of those. He goes back into Fini, and I'm like, I guess I'll just go into Torn, as he Surfs, which is fine. I think he should have clicked Calm Mind here. Unfortunately, I missed the Hurricane. I think I figured because Fini was Fizz Def that Hurricane did a lot. I would outspeed before he got the Calm Mind up, and then I could probably defog Toxic in case he decided to do that. And I always had Aggron in the back to take any hit. Like, I think +2 doesn't kill Aggron. So he goes into Gigalith on the Hurricane. So I decided to go into Aggron. I figured he'd probably like... I didn't think he would body press a Torn P. I thought he'd get up rocks maybe, but he decides to go back into Fini. So I'm just gonna Heavy Slam. I'm like, my Aggron is basically built to just 1v1 something. I don't care what it is, but it's going to 1v1 something. He opts to click Calm Mind with Fini, which I don't think was the right play, but regardless, if he just clicks Scald, this Fini is pretty much going to die. Actually, if he had clicked Scald twice, he may have had a shot at killing me? No, I think I'd just be at like 5%. So I end up getting the kill on Feeny. Excadrill comes in. I didn't want to mess with Excadrill. I know I can KO it with Earthquake. So I'm not going to take the chances that he clicks Swords Dance on me, thinking that I'm just going to walk into Heavy Slam, or if he's like Chopple and like eats a Body Press or something. So I'm going to let him kill me. I'm going to go into my Golurk because at this point, I wasn't sure if Komodo could win just yet. I think Komodo honestly could have won if I just went Komodo, but I think my thought was that I really wanted to set up Komodo on Gigalith or Zarude because Excadrill hits a little bit too hard, and I wasn't sure if it was like banded or not. I actually don't know if I know what the item is on Drill. He did send me the paste, but I don't remember the item on Drill. I want to say, I mean, it wasn't Life Orb, but I'm pretty sure I don't think it was banded either. I don't know. It definitely had Swords Dance. I probably want to say it was like Pasho Berry or something. I don't remember. So anyways, he goes into his Golurk, which is pretty, or his Gallade, which is pretty safe. Because I'm at -1 defense, Shadow Sneak should kill me. And because he's on Gallade, I have to go Torn. And luckily he switches out, and Hurricane lands. So I actually decided to stay in with Torn. I was like, and I don't think this was the correct play for me, but because I was Charty Berry, I was like, I should be able to eat a Stone Edge. Not realizing that I think Gigalith should get Rock Blast, right? So I think it was a misplay for me to actually stay in and click Toxic, because if he had clicked Rock Blast and got like, I think just 4 in a row might have killed me, but 5 definitely would have killed me. Like 5 Rock Blasts from like Adamant Cincino just kills Torn too, so I don't know. If he had Rock Blast, he probably would have won the game right there. But I decided to stay in and click Toxic. I'm like, okay, sure. I'm just gonna Hurricane the Gallade again. And now I think, oh, actually he decided to be confused. So that gave me opportunity. I decided to go into Obstagoon so I could Parting Shot. Basically all I wanted to do is just go Parting Shot so I could go into Komodo. Basically I get my free setup, and because Gallade is a little bit chipped from Sand and Toxic, I should be able to kill Gallade with a Boom Burst here. He actually decides to go into the Zarude, which lives the Boom Burst. Not surprising, Zarude is pretty bulky. Close Combat is 23%, not too much, not too bad. I end up killing the Zarude, and I end up with a little bit more health than I did last time. He actually goes into Gallade now, he Shadow Sneaks, which doesn't do that much. I Boom Burst to kill, and then now he's back to Gigalith, which should get knocked out by 2 Drain Punches. I should never lose to Gigalith as long as I have Obstagoon with Close Combat. And Komodo ends up cleaning up the game, which is funny because Komodo was like the one Mon I almost didn't bring. My thought process there was that he would bring Spectre just to like Wisp Komodo, because he knows, I think he knows that I know. The weird psychology here, yes. He knows that I know he has Double Kick for Obstagoon, so Komodo should be my switch into Spectre because it's bulky, plus eats Shadow Ball because of Bulletproof. But the thing I don't think he realized was that if he had kept Feeny alive and he was able to Wisp Komodo with Spectre, then Komodo would have been pretty useless versus Tapu Fini. If I was the set I originally planned to have like Taunt, Poison Jab, I think Drain Punch, and something else I don't remember. It might have just been Clangor's Soul, or Clanging Scales rather. But I was told that Komodo kind of just wins if I could get up a Clangar's Soul, and I was like, huh, you're kind of right, because I kind of forgot Boom Burst was a thing. And fortunately, I was reminded that Boom Burst existed, which was nice because it was pretty much my only way to kill Gallade. I believe to Zapdos I did like 60% if it was like max HP, and Feeny I think took like 60% as well from +2 Boom Burst because of Throat Spray. Everything else pretty much dropped or couldn't kill me, so I was like, maybe I should just go for Komodo, and I'm glad I did. Because I think originally I had like Noctowl or Nihilego, and that would have lost me the game if I didn't have that. So I was very happy to have Komodo in this game. I mean, in general, Komodo dealt with his Sand Core pretty well, so no complaints there. Anyways, that was our week 1 game. Sorry, GG's to DD. He's a pretty chill guy. Unfortunately, he got those hacks with Gigalith. I think he could have won the game if Gigalith didn't hit itself in confusion like 5 times. But it's just Pokemon. I played a game like I don't remember if it was later that day or if it was that last night. But Torn T had like Wide Lens. I have Torn T in a different draft too, and I was holding Wide Lens and I just missed like 3 Hurricanes out of like 4. And I play a game today, a meme game with Hustle Togekiss, and I missed 3/4 of my attacks before I died. And I was like, wow, Hustle sucks. But it's Pokemon, it's the game we play. I don't think I hacked him like all that badly. I don't think there was that much hacks about this battle. Like, it was a pretty clean battle for both sides. It was really just the Gigalith getting Hurricaned. Other than that, I think I missed 1 Hurricane, he missed 1 Hurricane. Not too bad, but it's Pokemon. And next time I see you will be week 2. I don't know when that'll get uploaded. I don't know when this will get uploaded, but we'll figure it out. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching.